One of the things that some people do to this day is see someone using this specific program, right? And then they take that program and they just make fun of it and they go, hey, you shouldn't use that, you should use this instead, or something like that, right? So usually it's something like, hey, you shouldn't do that, use this instead, this is written in Rust, or some stupid reason like that. And I have no idea why you should care about someone else's software choices. Like, let's say someone uses Microsoft Windows instead of Linux. Then sometimes I would make fun of them for using this proprietary operating system. But they have their own reasons to use that, right? It may be if they don't have any reasons to use Windows, then I'll probably make them use Linux or something like that. But most of the time when someone is using Microsoft Windows or Mac OS, they have their reasons for this. And this is not just about operating systems. I'm talking about all of your software choices. For example, my Tamil emulator, I use Western. But there are people who use stuff like Ghosty or Kitty, and when they see me using this Tamil emulator, they're gonna say, hey, you shouldn't use that, use this instead, this is way better, this has this feature or this feature that doesn't have. But it's really just down to your personal opinion to use whatever software you want. For example, I use Qtile as my window manager. And some people are not going to like that. Some people say that Qtile is bloated and it's not suckless, so you should use DWM, which I have no problems against DWM. That's a great window manager. And some people are going to be like, no, Qtile is written in Python, it's configured in Python, Python is slow, stuff like that. And I don't really care because it works for me, right? I have my own reasons to use it. It has lots of features by default. That's why I use Qtile, and some people go crazy over that, right? So they say you should be using this window manager instead, or something like that, or you should be using this font instead of that font. That font is ugly, it's deprecated. And one thing I see very common is when I run like NeoFetch. NeoFetch is a completely perfect program, and there's nothing wrong with it. But do you know what is wrong with it? The people that say that it's deprecated and it doesn't work, something like that, that's because NeoFetch is abandoned or archived. The GitHub for NeoFetch is archived and unmaintained. But that doesn't mean that the program is awful, right? The program still works and it looks good out of the box. And of course many people just recommend fast fetch, but really there's nothing wrong with NeoFetch, and this is just a really common program that gets like shamed by people and say that you should use this instead, something like that. But I don't understand why you do that. Because why do you even care about other people's software choices? You should care about your own software choices. Like, you just take a look at the software that you use and think if that's good software or not. Why do you care about others? And I think this is just a very useless thing to do. Look at other people's software, what they're using, and say, hey, that's bad, that's ugly, you shouldn't use that, stuff like that. I just don't really get it.